Hello and welcome back to Cities Skylines. So last time we did a lot of working on things I'd promised but never actually got to doing, and this time I'm going to fix my mistakes from last time. First and foremost, apparently I missed a subway line somewhere. Yes. Yes, I did. Let's just connect that because they are probably slightly upset about that. By slightly, I mean I may have just did a very bad... Oh, you know, I can just make this connect here. There we go. That works. And now hopefully it connects where it's supposed to go. I don't know if it's going to remember that far, though. That's a pretty... It's been an episode. Will it fix itself? Possibly, possibly not. Oh, it did. Okay, good. So that's fixed. Good, 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 good. You all were freaking out about that, and it is fine. So, our roads are going pretty well, considering the traffic is much lower than it usually would be. Someone said I had these going in the wrong direction, but this looks right. They go in here, and it's one way out here. That's fine. It works. People are bringing their cars up here to leave the city and enter the city. Not many people, but some. Someone brought up a great point that I should just make a quick little... Oh. Bus. Bus, bus, bus. Make a quick little stop to go from the international airport all the way up to our bus terminal, which would give it a little bit more use. And back. I agree, that does look like a good idea. And people are already queuing up at that bus stop. Someone also said taxi stops. That sounds like another fantastic idea. So let's just put 3 of those, or even 4 of those, because you know what? They really don't take much effort to plop down, and we have a whole lot of taxis, and we're actually going to give them their own taxi station over here, because we have a lot of people coming to the city now. So now we have taxis, which are going to bring people in and out of the city. This is, of course... Oh, where? Where do we have coverage? Because I know that we can see it in most parts of the city. So we can see it here, here, here. So it's got to be somewhere that isn't covered. Oh, it's going to be right in my airport, isn't it? I can already feel it. The entire international airport is just going to collapse. Let's just save very quickly. I know it's too late for us to do anything. Also, sorry for the strange noises in the background. That's my dog. She is strange. But...
A sinkhole has occurred somewhere in the city. Stay out of harm's way.
Where?
Authorities with any information.
Where? I have no clue where that just happened. City did not suffer any damage. Where was the sinkhole? Oh, there it is. Wow. Very scary. I should probably use this time to put down a little box here so that we can cover the rest of the city in detection. So now we know. We know if anything's nearby. Good. This international airport is obviously moving a whole lot of people. We have hundreds of people moving through. The buses are being used like crazy. Jeez. Wow. Yeah, this is going to give our buses some use. Do we even have enough? This seems to be backing up the traffic pretty badly now. Maybe we should put a bus lane on both sides. Yep, we'll do that. We'll put one over there, too. So then we can fit a little bit more traffic through. Charm. Okay, let's take care of Charm. But first... Oh, That is literally impossible. Okay, never mind. That's not a good idea. Considering it's literally impossible, that's probably a bad idea. Charm, come on. Come on. Right here. There you are. That's how you exit the room. If you're new to this channel, Charm is, my dog. She's blind, so occasionally she gets slightly lost because of said loss, slash lack of vision. But it's all good. Look at that. The buses are carrying people throughout the city. If you can't tell, we do actually have new cliff textures, too. Everything is looking very spook Vooper. It's very nice. Our alien planet, which is growing to be one of the greatest of all time. Look at the auroras and the spaceships. Spaceships everywhere. It's great. It's fantastic. Okay, so obviously this is working out very well. This entire system is working out well. We have so many people moving through here. I don't know how many people are in these taxis, but I'm assuming they're getting a lot of use. And it looks like they are. And these can't be used because this is a one-way road, isn't it? Yes, it is. And that's why these can't be used. So they should be moved at the very least to over here where people can queue up. I mean, I'm not sure anyone will actually use them, but you know, we'll just put 4 over there just in case someone wants to use them. It's a nice little place to wait. Look at all the traffic. Jeez. People really are liking the international airport, which is carrying over 1,000 people per week. Much more than that. Those numbers are always off. We actually have an excessive amount. This is a lot of people being carried in by one means like this. And that makes me question, can we actually pull a road out the middle like this? Or is that a no-no? It is not going to let us do that. That would have been so convenient. I know I'm spending a lot of time focusing on this, but I'm making sure that everything is working fine because this is our one entrance into the city. And it looks like we're having some issues with the amount of people. We could tack onto yeah, we gotta really work on our resources game. That's next up. But right now what I wanted to focus on, yeah, those resources are seriously causing issues. The train hub over here, we can bring people from the international airport over to that train station. So let's get rid of these because no one is actually using it. And instead, let's put a train station over here. That we can actually get people into the city using. Okay, and now Cities Skylines gonna let us do the roads because it doesn't like us. Oh man, Cities Skylines, can you please not do that? Okay, let's see. If we do this and then bring... Yes! It's gonna work. So barely. But it will. There we go. And then we just bring this around like this, except we bring it back down to 24 meters. Because 24 meters looks good. It isn't like ridiculously high. Now we have to bring this all the way to that train hub. And we're trying to match our highways here to make it kind of clean. Although we're gonna cross over them now. And now we can connect it to the main line. Obviously, we're going to do a triangle here so that we can go in any direction. And we are going to plop this here, make it so that we can go over to this major area. We're going to have to connect on this. So let's do that. Yay, we have one way to get on to it, and we have two ways. So now we just go boop. We bring it all the way over here. Ah, shoot. I gotta... Yeah. I really hate the path editor on this. Okay, one. All the way over here. Two. This is one of those cases of it's such a long distance that this is actually really useful to have. There we go. Bam. And let's see if anyone actually uses the train option. I'm hoping they do. That's a really fast and efficient way to move people. I love the trains. People complain because I don't use tunnels. And you know what? I don't use tunnels because I love how things look without the tunnels. Look at all the traffic and all the trains going by. If it's all hidden, it's no fun. Gosh. I like to see everything so that I can watch it all working together like clockwork. So we had one person get onto the train. Maybe a few more people will go onto the train. That's a second person. Just had to use the train. Oh, there's two. Hey, we're getting somewhere. I think that it's a great choice. It's very fast. It's literally right there. But people like the buses for some reason. I don't know why they like the buses over the train. Seems like the train is slowly gaining in popularity. We've got some people using it, but I want more using it. There we are. That's more like it. So this is what I wanted to see. Lots of people using... There we are. So as more and more people use the trains, it really is going to clear up this bus line, which is already... Well, no, it's not at all clearing up. But technically it should clear up as more and more people choose the trains instead. There's another amount of people, and they are about... a third of them are using the train. So that's something at least, you know. It may not be the perfect public transport. Not everyone is using it, but we're at least spreading people out among different public transport options rather than them all using the buses. And I think over time the amount of people using the train will go up. We just need to make more options for where to go with the train. Do we have any... We don't really have any train stations at Sterling Park. And that's what's really killing it. So what we're going to do is we are going to invest in a train station in Sterling Park. Because it's insane that we don't have one. We could probably plop one right here and... I'd like to put one in the middle of the city. But how would that work with sound and everything? We'd have to take out 1, 2, 3, 4. We'd have to take out a huge residential block. Or probably a better solution is we knock out these little stores. Bam, bam, and then we build it right here. Actually, we turn it to be facing the city. This gives us massive public transport options. Oh, massive train options. There we are on one side. And we're just gonna have to cut this a bit more. I hate doing it, but you know what? First off, this doesn't get too much traffic, so I don't feel super bad about it. And second off, this public transport has been a work in progress for forever. So if it takes a little bit of work to get it clean, if it takes a little bit of ripping stuff down and moving it, that's fine. You know what? It's worth getting the public transport where it should be. And this has been a consistent battle, the public transport. This should have its own path considering it's such a major part of the city. So we're going to find a way to do that. Come on. Maybe if we pull something down like this and then bring it down. Huh. Problem is this comes down way too late. That's fine. We can figure it out. So all we have to do is this. Bring it up a little bit. And then, like that. Beautiful. And finally... I don't even think we need to go that way. Because we're just going to be going... And this should be pretty simple. Here... Here. That requires it to go like all the way down the city, doesn't it? Why though? Oh wait, there's a much better solution. Make this into a triangle. This is what I was saying about triangles. They're very special in the trains because it makes it so that they don't have to do that where they go all the way around the city. We just have to... There we go. Even that works. So now if we go back to here again. We go here. Go here. We should be able to... No? Is that too sharp? That is too sharp. Darn it. Possibly if we started here, we came... Why isn't this working? That's the question. What are we intersecting with? That's a road. Okay, there we go. So if we start it here, go like this, and then across. That's really... Oh! You know what? I think that did it. I think that's gonna do it. Bam. Bam. Yes. There we are. Beautiful. And now... Wait, why are you disconnected? Why are you disconnected? Oh, there's a bus stop there. There we go. It's gone now. Okay, I don't know how many people this is going to introduce into using... Now, a lot of people are already using this train station, which makes me feel very good. That was like 30 people right off the bat. Yes, use it. Let's get a lot of use out of this train station. But what's more exciting is the potential for it to be used by the people coming into the city. Another beautiful sunset. What a beautiful planet. The potential for it to be used by this airport is what I'm excited about. And yes, those are the people we want. Let's go. Tons of people are using this. So it looks like even with no outside connections, the city is pushing along. We are having slight population drops, and this has to do with, well, to start, we are at a lack of materials, which means that we are actually having a slight job loss problem. It looks like the city just turned off. It's because it's day, but it looks kind of weird. There are no lights anywhere. Oh, the damn district. What did I want to look for? Oh, a band just did poorly. So it completely destroyed everything. Very sad. Looks like there weren't many visitors. Was it because this wasn't? No, that is connected. Huh. Weird. Okay, that's not what I'm worried about right now, though. I am worried about this. See this? This is all of the industry closing down because all the stores are closing down because the industry isn't giving them any products because the industry doesn't have the raw materials they need. And this is causing the industry to shut down. And we are actually approaching a massive issue. The population is tanking because of this. It really needs to be fixed soon because the amount of money we're making is dropping rapidly. As I say that, it goes up. No, but really, this is going to be our challenge now because until we can get this, especially the Kiwi district, working properly, we are kind of doomed. So let's see how the Cloverleaf district is doing. They need raw materials. Great. So their job is to get raw materials, and they don't have enough raw materials to do that job. The residential demand is exploding, which is going to make this even harder to do. If nobody wants to move in to industrial, how can we do it? However, these right here are already on great area for mining. So what we're going to do is we're going to convert a bit of Maple Hills into a new district. This new district's job is going to be to mine. And we're going to name it Ore Park. Ore Park has to get a lot of ore. And let's really hope it does, because the entire city is depending on it. Old Gold Hills was a great experiment, however, the amount of oil left in the area is disappointingly low. We kind of pumped the entire thing out. This is really worrying because we don't have that much more oil in the map. Las Vooperis definitely does have an expiration date, and it's whenever we run out of these raw materials. there's not much we can do about it once they're gone. We already have this nice connection to the railway, so we're going to have to spend several $1,000,000 getting a new area set up for oil extraction. And once again, it may not sound too serious because obviously it's Cities Skylines. The economy is pretty easy to handle. Even the resource management isn't too complicated in this game. But we are reaching a situation with the city cut off where this is going to become a real challenge. I really suggest if you want a challenging game of Cities Skylines, do exactly this. Try to live off of what you make. Cut your city off from the rest of the world once you hit a certain point. Because things get really interesting really fast. So there's the oil we need. So we can actually make a semicircle district here. Or we can make a full circle. I have a plan. I've got a nice plan. We're going to make a 6-lane high density. That's 50 across. 25 across, 25 across. Then we are going to get slightly lower density roads, and we're going to go 25, 25. We're going to make a little self-sufficient oil mining area. We're going to have to go 12 by 12 for these. Beautiful. So how are we going to split this up? We are going to do it like so. We're going to have our commercial here. Which that looks like a little bit much. So let's just do this. The only reason we have commercial here is to keep the residential from getting too angry about pollution. It just kind of cuts off the area. And then this side is going to be probably really low quality residential, who are going to move in rather quickly because of the high demand. And then this side is going to be industry. All industry. We're going to have one main goal for this district, which is getting as much oil as possible to market. Briar Rose Hills. Briarwood Square. You know what? It's going to be kind of similar to Briarwood Square in that it's going to be kind of old-timey and not actually have anything fancy. So, you know what? We're going to leave the name as is. I think that kind of makes sense. It's kind of an extension of the logging industry thing where we just kind of leave them to their own. We let them do whatever as long as they are benefiting the city. And once they stop benefiting the city, we shut them down. I mean, it's sad, but it's true. If they aren't helping, then it's kind of expensive to have these faraway districts. It causes a lot of traffic issues and a lot of other maintenance work that isn't necessary for the core districts. So once they aren't doing their job anymore, just shut them down. Obviously, we have to connect it to the main city somehow. I need to find what road we want to use for that. I think we're going to do this. I think we're going to copy how we did it for Cloverleaf District and just make a very new, a very long road going up to it. Most of the freight should be sent out using our new... or our old train line. So if that works as planned, this shouldn't be too challenging. The most challenging part is going to be getting a road up there. Which, if you know me, I am fantastic at building roads in this game. Just have to make them follow the natural curve of the environment. Or the giant staircase you built earlier. We're gonna make this kind of avoid the old districts. We pretend that that district never existed. If they knew, they would be kind of afraid. This can be cut though, no reason to have that. And finally, we can pull this up here. And that's good. Not really, it's kind of disgusting, but it'll work. And that's what's important right now. Getting it functioning. Obviously, we've got the dam pretty close by, so we can just pull power up to the district. The water service is extremely close, so they get very clean water that hasn't traveled through too many pipes. And there we are. We have a new oil industry, except we haven't actually zoned it for oil. Which kind of kills the point, doesn't it? Boop. There we are. So, hopefully, this area pumps out a whole lot of oil. We're going to force them to send the oil through this. So, let me very quickly... Where's the ban cars? There we go. We don't want big trucks taking this lane. Boop, 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 boop. Actually coming in. Yeah, they can come in, but they can't go out. We don't want any outgoing freight. Because we want them to send it through the train station so that we don't get horrible traffic from it. Beautiful. And it looks like the residential part is growing very quickly, and we don't actually have any industrial part growing yet. The population is still plummeting. These guys are having power issues because this is no longer existent. So let's quickly plug them in. Do we have any real mining areas working? Kind of. One. We have pretty much one working right now. 2, 3. But will it be enough to kickstart the city back into work? Because we're having lots of issues. Commercial is starting to shut down. That's causing people to move out. And that itself is a massive problem. We may actually need a second international, What? What do you mean? What's not a loop? I think these are all loops. I don't know what they're talking about. Is there an issue? That's a loop, isn't it? That is a loop. What isn't a loop? That train station is a loop. This is a loop. I don't know what it's talking about, so I'm just going to ignore it. It looks like everything's working fine. Oh boy. I think the reason the population is dropping may be because of just the amount of people that are coming in from the airport. A lot of them just aren't moving in. We don't have enough people coming in. But obviously the goods issue is reaching critical levels. The entirety of New Vooperis. Oh boy. Industry and commercial are physically shrinking over time. And this is a massive problem. The districts are actually having job trouble again because the population is dropping so quickly. Let's look at an average house. It doesn't seem like the population. I think it's because they're people are just growing old and dying, and we can't move enough people into the city like this. Even with a whole new district building up, it's not enough. Honestly, I don't even see any cars moving up here. They're kind of just building the houses, but no one's actually getting here. Are there any people? No. There's no cars. There's no people. Oh, there's a car. This is a really weird situation where we have a lot of demand for buildings, but the people actually aren't turning out. Which is a massive problem. How do we solve this? Because our worker issues are going to cause everything else to get a whole lot worse. Oh, we had a little spike in population. Oh, things are going up. Not really, though. A little bit. It looks like the Kiwi district is starting to come back from its slumber. That's very good. Oh, no. Okay, that was bad. That was very bad. The Kiwi district is supposed to be getting workers from the rest of the city, which it usually is, but it would appear that because of the amount of population drop, we can't actually move people in. Shoot. And the problem isn't even that, it's the amount of people coming into the city by other means, like the planes. We have a worker crisis across the entirety of New Vooperis. Half the city may actually shut down soon. That's bad. That's very bad. We have so many seniors. Is that number dropping? It is. I think the problem is that we just have people growing old and dying, and we don't have enough kids and teenagers and young adults to make up for it. We have a lot of old people. Oh boy. The distribution looked pretty normal, but I know at the beginning of this we had mostly young people, so that could be a part of the whole worker crisis. Thankfully, Briarwood Square is doing fine because they're just so self-reliant at this point. What could actually go wrong at Briarwood Square? They're probably the ones taking all the jobs. They are piling into the subways. They're getting carried out into these areas, so yeah. They're probably taking the jobs, but I can't blame them for that. Smart. It looks like the oil industry is doing normal. We've got some... Oh, they're just bringing stuff to the stores. Okay. Shoot, this is really bad. The population drop was foreseen, but not in this way. The industry is absolutely collapsing in this city. And when the industry collapses, the commercial begins to collapse. And when the commercial collapses, people start moving out. Oh boy. And people are even tweeting about it. It looks like these new ore industry companies are popping up rather quickly. But we aren't moving enough people. We just physically aren't. Too many people are in this line here and then they despawn. We need to move more people with the buses, which means we're just going to make a lot more buses. Okay, let's just put a few... Let's try to do the best we can to get our transport under situation so that we can take over the world. Yes. Come on. Please tell me we just didn't have enough buses. Honestly, I will just increase the funding for everything transport related. Oh, we already have. Okay. Well, that's slightly disappointing. Please, something. Why aren't... This is not enough buses. We need more buses than this. And you guys aren't sending out any buses. Oh my. If you're gonna be useless, at least to be useless in a way that benefits me. That's not useless, but whatever. We needed to send out more buses. And the only way to get it to send out more buses to make more bus stops and stuff, which we had to do anyways, but I don't like to do it in a situation like this where the entire city's collapsing. Prefer it when things are going well, but I think that's everyone, to be honest. I don't think people like it when things are going wrong. Boop. And then another line. We will go all the way over to the Elizabeth District and Aspen Park, who are usually forgotten, but we will not forget them. All the way back. And then, what's another district? These guys really need the workers. So you know what? We are going to try to bus people in. If we can get some of those people over here from the airport, they don't even need a house. They can just go straight to work. And then we pull it back to here, and let's just start with that. We'll see how it reacts. I think it's going to send out more buses. There we are. Please send out lots of buses. We need a lot of buses. We need so many buses. I'm going to put a second bus station down, but I don't think it's actually going to do anything. Maybe at some point. Oh, it is! Oh, good. Oh, we already had biofuel buses. But we've got tons of buses going everywhere now. I don't even care how many buses it is. They will do their job. There will be a sea of blue on the roads. Those bus lanes will come in use. Oh, this is just ridiculous. We're actually clogging the traffic with buses. It's like the exact opposite of the purpose of buses. They should, like, stagger the release of the buses so that it isn't, like, all instant and clogging all of the traffic in the city. Because this is just kind of ridiculous. By kind of ridiculous, I mean absolutely ridiculous. I think I may have just made the problem worse. And as time goes on, that sliver of industrial is shrinking. This is what we call mass exodus. We did everything that they wanted. However, we just don't have enough people for them. It looks like New Vooperis is coming across a new age where, even though things are beautiful and we're isolated and the people here are treated quite well, we just don't have enough people coming into the city to keep things running. Yes, we are sending out more freight than ever, but these companies are going to shut down unless people start working at them. And the sad truth is, even with our massive space shuttle accepting airport moving in thousands of people, it's just not enough. We need more people. This is not working at all. Oh my. So I'm going to make the executive decision to do this. This bus line is a serious problem. It's so close to the thing, and everyone is fighting for spots. We just need to create more bus lines here. like lots of them, so that we can spread people out into multiple, which I usually don't like to do, because just overcomplicating stuff usually isn't a good idea, but you know, sometimes it's necessary. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sneak over here where we can, and we're gonna create a few new lines, and they're going to go over to our bus station and back. Because you know what? Maybe people will use multiple lines if they have multiple choices. And we have 3 spots. Another one. Why are there sinkholes everywhere? Well, we'll know where it is in a second. But I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, there's nothing you can really do to stop it. Oh, yeah. In the middle of nowhere. Good. Oh no! The Cloverleaf District is gone! It's literally gone. There is nothing left of it. Oh my. That's really bad. We really need to give them like a little residential community. Which kind of kills the point of it, but you know what? That's... I don't care about giving other people work anymore. The Cloverleaf District needs to come back. No. Oh, that was really bad. Okay, this is pretty serious. We just lost an entire district. Okay, we do have water to the whole thing. Move in, people, move in. Oh, boy. That was really bad. That's a lot of industry we just lost. Yep, that sliver is growing slimmer and slimmer. We are on the edge of a disaster. Like, a complete and utter disaster. I'm not sure how much longer this city can hold off like this. Well, even the forest area, everything is shutting down. And they have a massive city next to them. But that massive city is dropping in population. And it's not even going down slowly. This is like a really, really scary time for the city. Once the commercial starts to shut down past a certain point, we may hit a point where we can't actually return from the amount of damage that's been done. This entire new area is now shutting down as well. The Kiwi district does not feel like going on any longer. Why are we not getting the raw materials we need? Well, because no one is working at the companies that we're building. This is a mess. This is an absolute mess. Looks like we've got one thing pumping, but it stopped. Oh boy, this is bad. Are the new stops working? Is anyone going to them? One person. But you know what? It's gotten a lot more buses into the area, so that's something. Maybe we just shouldn't use buses at all here. They're just too inefficient. You know what? That's it. We're getting rid of all bus lines in the area. They just don't work. They're too inefficient to move this many people. We have to just let the trains do it. Go to the train. Go. The buses are just not good enough. You're like all people who should be working in the factories right now. You are just standing waiting for a bus when there is a very good solution right here. Oh god, that's a lot of people for the train terminal. Oh boy. Will this solve our problems? Will the population go back up after this? That is the question. Well, let's see what happens. We just moved a ton of people. 430 people were waiting there. Which means that there's probably another 1,000 over there. That's ridiculous. Those were all waiting on the buses. And now they're going to take the high-speed train. That high-speed train is going to zip around. And hopefully, this is going to solve our issues. If it doesn't, it's a long, long year ahead for the city, as it has to get through some of the harshest problems that we've had thus far. The entirety of industry is beginning to shut down, and if it doesn't stop soon, the entire city may go bust. This is bad. A lot of commercial is beginning to shut down now. I think that our commercial sector is shrinking as well. It looks like industrial is making a small comeback. That's probably the Cloverfield district. Yeah. They're still having issues, but it looks like some of them are going back. We will see what happens. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. As always, things are getting crazy now. Our city is running into issues that could have been seen. However, the solutions aren't exactly easy. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.